Brought to you by WikiVidi documentaries. Minecraft. Minecraft is a sandbox video game created and designed by Swedish game designer Marcus Notch Persson, and later fully developed and published by Mojang. The creative and building aspects of Minecraft enable players to build constructions out of textured cubes in a 3D procedurally generated world. Other activities in the game include exploration, resource gathering, crafting, and combat. Multiple gameplay modes are available, including a survival mode, where the player must acquire resources to build a world and maintain health, a creative mode, where players have unlimited resources to build with and the ability to fly, an adventure mode, where players can play custom maps created by other players, and a spectator mode, where players can fly around and clip through blocks, but cannot place or destroy any. The PC version of the game is noted for its modding scene, where a dedicated community creates new gameplay mechanics, items, and assets for the game. Minecraft received praise from critics, and won numerous awards and accolades. Over 121 million copies have been sold across all platforms, making it the second best-selling video game of all time, only behind the various releases of Tetris. In September 2014, Microsoft announced a deal to buy Mojang and the Minecraft intellectual property for $2.5 billion, with the acquisition being completed 2 months later. Gameplay. Minecraft is a three-dimensional sandbox game that has no specific goals for the player to accomplish, allowing players a great amount of freedom in choosing how to play the game. However, there is an achievement system. Gameplay by default is first-person, but players have the option to play in third-person mode. The core gameplay revolves around breaking and placing blocks. The game world is composed of rough 3D objects, mainly cubes, arranged in a fixed grid pattern, and representing different materials, such as dirt, stone, various ores, water, lava, tree trunks, etc. While players can move freely across the world, objects can only be placed at fixed locations on the grid. Players can gather these material blocks and place them elsewhere, thus allowing for various constructions. At the start of the game, the player is placed on the surface of a procedurally generated and virtually infinite game world. The world is divided into biomes ranging from deserts to jungles to snowfields. Players can walk across the terrain consisting of plains, mountains, forests, caves, and various water bodies. The in-game time system follows a day and night cycle, with one full cycle lasting 20 real-time minutes. Throughout the course of the game, players encounter various non-player characters known as mobs, including animals, villagers, and hostile creatures. Non-hostile animals, such as cows, pigs, and chickens, can be hunted for food and crafting materials, and spawn in the daytime. By contrast, hostile mobs, such as large spiders, skeletons, and zombies, spawn during nighttime, or in dark places, such as caves. Some Minecraft unique creatures have been noted by reviewers, such as the Creeper, an exploding creature that sneaks up on the player, and the Enderman, a creature with the ability to teleport and pick up blocks. The game world is procedurally generated as players explore it, using a map seed which is obtained from the system clock at the time of world creation unless manually specified by the player. Although there are limits on movement up and down, Minecraft allows for an infinitely large game world to be generated on the horizontal plane, only running into technical problems when extremely distant locations are reached. The game achieves this by splitting the game world data into smaller sections called chunks, which are only created or loaded into memory when players are nearby. The game's physics system has often been described by commentators as unrealistic. Most solid blocks are not affected by gravity. Liquids flow from a source block, which can be removed by placing a solid block in its place, or by scooping it into a bucket. Complex systems can be built using primitive mechanical devices, electrical circuits, and logic gates built with an in-game material known as redstone. Minecraft features two alternate dimensions besides the main world, the Nether and the End. The Nether is a hell-like dimension accessed via player-built portals that contains many unique resources and can be used to travel great distances in the overworld. The End is a barren land in which a boss dragon called the Ender Dragon dwells. Killing the dragon cues the game's ending credits, written by Irish author Julian Gough. Players are then allowed to teleport back to their original spawn point in the overworld, and will receive the End achievement. There is also a second boss called the Wither, which upon defeat drops a specific material needed to build a placeable beacon that can enhance certain abilities of all nearby players. The game primarily consists of 4 game modes: Survival, Creative, Adventure, and Spectator. It also has a changeable difficulty system of 4 levels. The easiest difficulty prevents hostile creatures from spawning. Survival mode. In this mode, players have to gather natural resources found in the environment in order to craft certain blocks and items. Depending on the difficulty, monsters spawn in darker areas outside a certain radius of the character, requiring the player to build a shelter at night. The mode also features a health bar which is depleted by attacks from monsters, falls, drowning, falling into lava, suffocation, starvation, and other events. Players also have a hunger bar, which must be periodically refilled by eating food in-game. Except in peaceful difficulty, in which the hunger bar does not drain. If the hunger bar is depleted, automatic healing will stop and eventually health will deplete. Health replenishes when players have a nearly full hunger bar, and also regenerates regardless of fullness if players play on the peaceful difficulty. There are a wide variety of items that players can craft in Minecraft. Players can craft armor, which can help mitigate damage from attacks, while weapons such as swords can be crafted to kill enemies and other animals more easily. Players may acquire resources to craft tools, such as axes, shovels, or pickaxes, used to chop down trees, dig soil, and mine ores, respectively. Tools made of iron perform their tasks more quickly than tools made of stone or wood, and can be used more heavily before they break. Players may also trade goods with villager mobs through a bartering system involving trading emeralds for different goods. Villagers often trade with emeralds, wheat or other materials. The game has an inventory system, and players can carry a limited number of items. Upon dying, items in the player's inventories are dropped, and players respawn at the current spawn point, which is set by default where players begin the game, but can be reset if players sleep in a bed. Dropped items can be recovered if players can reach them before they despawn. Players may acquire experience points by killing mobs and other players, mining, smelting ores, breeding animals, and cooking food. Experience can then be spent on enchanting tools, armor, and weapons. Enchanted items are generally more powerful, last longer, or have other special effects. Hardcore mode. Players may also play in hardcore mode, this being a variant of survival mode that differs primarily in the game being locked to the hardest gameplay setting as well as featuring permanent death upon player's death. Their world is deleted. When a player dies on a server set to hardcore mode, the player is banned from the server. Creative mode. In creative mode, players have access to all of the resources and items in the game through the inventory menu, and can place or remove them instantly. Players, who are able to fly freely around the game world, do not take environmental or mob damage, and are not affected by hunger. The game mode helps players focus on building and creating large projects. Multiplayer. Multiplayer on Minecraft is available through player-hosted and business-hosted servers, and enables multiple players to interact and communicate with each other on a single world. Players can run their own servers or use a hosting provider. Single-player worlds have local area network support, allowing players to join worlds on locally interconnected computers without a server setup. Minecraft multiplayer servers are guided by server operators, who have access to server commands such as setting the time of day and teleporting players around. Operators can also set up restrictions concerning which usernames or IP addresses are allowed to enter the server. Multiplayer servers offer players a wide range of activities, with some servers having their own unique rules and customs. Player versus player can also be enabled to allow fighting between players. Many servers today have custom plugins that enable the player and the server to do many different things that are not normally possible. In 2013, Mojang announced Minecraft Realms, a server hosting service intended to enable players to run server multiplayer games easily and safely without the hassle of setting up their own. Realms varies from a standard server in that only invited players can join the server, and that they do not use a server IP. Realms server owners can invite up to 20 people to play on the realm. However, the server can only have 10 people online at a time, and does not support user-made plugins. As announced at the Electronic Entertainment Expo 2016, Realms will enable Minecraft to support cross-platform play between Windows 10, iOS, and Android versions starting in June 2016, with Xbox One and Nintendo Switch support to come later in 2017, and eventually support for virtual reality devices. Development. Marcus Notch Persson began developing the game as a project. He was inspired to create Minecraft by several other games such as Dwarf Fortress, Dungeon Keeper, and later Infiniminer. At the time, he had visualized an isometric 3D building game that would be a cross between his inspirations, and had made some early prototypes. Infiniminer heavily influenced the style of gameplay, including the first-person aspect of the game, the blocky visual style, and the block-building fundamentals. However, unlike Infiniminer, Persson wanted Minecraft to have RPG elements. Minecraft was first released to the public on the 17th of May 2009 as a developmental release on TIG source forums, later becoming known as the classic version. Further milestones dubbed as Survival Test, Endev and InfDev were released between September 2009 and February 2010, although the game saw updates in between. The first major update, dubbed Alpha version, was released on the 28th of June 2010. Although Persson maintained a day job with Jalbum.net at first, he later quit in order to work on Minecraft full-time as sales of the alpha version of the game expanded. Persson continued to update the game with releases distributed to users automatically. These updates included features such as new items, new blocks, new mobs, survival mode, and changes to the game's behavior to back the development of Minecraft. Person set up a video game company, Mojang, with the money earned from the game. On the 11th of December 2010, Person announced that Minecraft was entering its beta testing phase on the 20th of December 2010. He further stated that users who bought the game after this date would no longer be guaranteed to receive all future content free of charge, as it scared both the lawyers and the board. However, bug fixes and all updates leading up to and including the release would still be free. Over the course of the development, Mojang hired several new employees to work on the project. Mojang moved the game out of beta and released the full version on the 18th of November 2011. The game has been continuously updated since the release, with changes ranging from new game content to new server hosts. On the 1st of December 2011, Jeb Bergensten took full creative control over Minecraft, replacing Person as lead developer. On the 28th of February 2012, Mojang announced that they had hired the developers of the popular server platform, CraftBucket, to improve Minecraft's support of server modifications. This acquisition also included Mojang apparently taking full ownership of the CraftBucket modification, although the validity of this claim was questioned due to its status as an open-source project with many contributors, licensed under the new General Public License and Lesser General Public License. On the 15th of September 2014, Microsoft announced a $2.5 billion deal to buy Mojang, along with the ownership of the Minecraft intellectual property. The deal was suggested by Person when he posted a tweet asking a corporation to buy his share of the game after receiving criticism for trying to do the right thing. It was completed on the 6th of November 2014, and led to Person becoming one of Forbes' world's billionaires. Audio. Minecraft's music and sound effects were produced by German sound designer Daniel C. 418 Rosenfeld. The background music in Minecraft is non-lyrical ambient music. On the 4th of March 2011, Rosenfeld released a soundtrack titled Minecraft Volume Alpha. It includes most of the tracks featured in Minecraft, as well as other music not featured in the game. The video game blog Kotaku chose the music in Minecraft as one of the best video game soundtracks of 2011. On the 9th of November 2013, Rosenfeld released the second official soundtrack, titled Minecraft Volume Beta, which includes the music that was added in later versions of the game. A physical release of Volume Alpha, consisting of CDs, black vinyl, and limited edition transparent green vinyl LPs, was issued by acclaimed indie electronic label Ghostly International on the 21st of August 2015. Personal computer versions. The game runs on multiple operating systems, including Microsoft Windows, OS X, and Linux. Apart from the main version, there are other versions of Minecraft available for PC, including Minecraft Classic and Minecraft 4K. Minecraft Classic is an older version of Minecraft, available online for players. Unlike newer versions of Minecraft, the Classic version is free to play, though it is no longer updated. It functions much the same as Creative Mode, allowing players to build and destroy any and all parts of the world either alone or in a multiplayer server. There are no computer creatures in this mode, and environmental hazards such as lava will not damage players. Some blocks function differently, since their behavior was later changed during development. Minecraft 4K is a simplified version of Minecraft similar to the classic version that was developed for the Java 4K game programming contest, in way less than 4 kilobytes. The map itself is finite, composed of 64 times 64 times 64 blocks, and the same world is generated every time. Players are restricted to placing or destroying blocks, which consist of grass, dirt, stone, wood, leaves, and brick. Minecraft Windows 10 Edition is a version exclusive to Microsoft's Windows 10 operating system. The beta for it launched on the Windows Store on the 29th of July 2015. This version features the ability to play with Xbox Live friends, and to play local multiplayer with owners of the Pocket Edition. Other features include the ability to use multiple control schemes, such as a controller, keyboard, or touchscreen, and to record and take screenshots in-game via the built-in gamed VR. Console versions. The Xbox 360 version of the game, developed by 4J Studios, was released on the 9th of May 2012. On the 22nd of March 2012, it was announced that Minecraft would be the flagship game in a new Xbox Live promotion called Arcade Next. The game differs from the home computer versions in a number of ways, including a newly designed crafting system, the control interface, in-game tutorials, split-screen multiplayer, and the ability to play with friends via Xbox Live. The version's crafting interface does not require players to place items in the correct place in a crafting menu, however. This option was added in a later update. The interface shows the blocks required to craft the selected item, and crafts it if the players have enough blocks. The worlds in the Xbox 360 version are also not infinite, and are essentially barricaded by invisible walls. The Xbox 360 version was originally similar in content to older PC versions, but is being gradually updated to bring it closer to the current PC version. At Gamescom 2013, Sony announced that Minecraft would be released as a PlayStation 4 launch title, and would later be released as for the PlayStation Vita and PlayStation 3. However, the game was later delayed and the PlayStation 4 version did not launch alongside the console. It was released on the PlayStation 3 on the 17th of December 2013, on the PlayStation 4 on the 4th of September 2014, and on the PlayStation Vita on the 14th of October 2014 in North America, and in Europe the next day. Like the Xbox versions, the PlayStation versions were developed by 4J Studios, and are nearly identical to the Xbox 360 version. During their E3 2013 press conference, Microsoft showed a trailer for Minecraft Xbox One Edition. It is similar to Minecraft Xbox 360 Edition, but features larger worlds, expanded multiplayer features, and other enhancements. This version released on the 5th of September 2014. On the 17th of December 2015, Minecraft Wii U Edition was released. The Wii U version received a physical release on the 17th of June 2016 in North America, in Japan on the 23rd of June 2016, and in Europe on the 30th of June 2016. A Nintendo Switch version of the game was released on the Nintendo eShop on the 11th of May 2017, along with a physical retail version set for a later date. Pocket Edition. On the 16th of August 2011, Minecraft Pocket Edition was released for the Xperia Play on the Android market as an early alpha version. It was then released for several other compatible devices on the 8th of October 2011. An iOS version of Minecraft was released on the 17th of November 2011. A port was made available for Windows phones shortly after Microsoft acquired Mojang. The port concentrates on the creative building and the primitive survival aspect of the game. and does not contain all the features of the PC release. On his Twitter account, Jens Bergensten noted that the Pocket Edition of Minecraft is written in C++ and not Java, due to iOS not being able to support Java. Gradual updates are periodically released to bring the port closer to the PC version. On the 10th of December 2014, in observance of Mojang's acquisition by Microsoft, a port of Pocket Edition was released for Windows Phone 8.1. On the 2nd of April 2014, a version of Minecraft based on the Pocket Edition was released for the Amazon Fire. On the 29th of July 2015, a version of Minecraft based on the Pocket Edition was released for Windows 10. On the 19th of December 2016, the full version of Minecraft Pocket Edition was released on iOS, Android, Windows Phone, and Windows 10, along with the release of the game based on the Pocket Edition for the Apple TV. On the 18th of January 2017, Microsoft announced that it would no longer maintain the Windows Phone versions of Pocket Edition. Raspberry Pi. A version of Minecraft for the Raspberry Pi was officially revealed at Minecon 2012. Mojang stated that the Pi Edition is similar to the Pocket Edition except that it is downgraded to an older version, and with the added ability of using text commands to edit the game world. Players can open the game code and use programming languages to manipulate things in the game world. The game was leaked on the 20th of December 2012, but was quickly pulled off. It was officially released on the 11th of February 2013. Virtual reality. A modification known as Minecraft VR was developed to provide virtual reality support to the original Java version of Minecraft oriented towards Oculus Rift hardware. A fork of Minecraft known as Vivecraft ported the mod to OpenVR and is oriented towards supporting HTC Vive hardware. On the 15th of August 2016, Microsoft launched official Oculus Rift support for the Windows 10 edition of the game. Upon its release, the Minecraft VR mod was discontinued by its developer due to trademark complaints issued by Microsoft, and Vivecraft was endorsed due to its Rift support and being superior to the original mod. User-generated content. A wide variety of user-generated content for Minecraft, such as modifications, texture packs, and custom maps, are available for download from the internet. Modifications of the Minecraft code, called mods, add a variety of gameplay changes, ranging from new blocks, new items, new mobs to entire arrays of mechanisms to craft. The modding community is responsible for a substantial supply of mods, from ones that enhance gameplay, such as mini-maps, waypoints, and durability counters, to ones that add to the game elements from Pokémon, Portal, and the Hunger Games. To make mods easier to create and install, Mojang announced in November 2012 that it planned to add an official modding application programming interface. Texture packs that alter the game's textures and HUD are also available, as created by the community. In July 2013, texture packs were replaced with resource packs, which have the same role as texture packs, but allow custom audio as well. Players are also create their own maps, which often contain specific rules, challenges, puzzles, and quests, and share them for others to play. In version 1.3, Mojang added Adventure Mode for custom maps, and in 1.4, Mojang added command blocks, which were created specially for custom maps. In 1.9, Mojang added 2 new versions of the classic command block, which were also created specifically for custom maps. The Xbox 360 edition supports downloadable content, which is available to purchase via the Xbox Games Store. These content packs usually contain additional character skins. It later received support for texture packs in its 12th title update while introducing mashup packs, which combines texture packs with skin packs and changes to the game's sounds, music, and user interface. The first mashup pack for the Xbox 360 edition was released on the 4th of September 2013, and is themed after the Mass Effect franchise. Unlike the PC version, however, the Xbox 360 edition does not support player-made mods or custom maps. A cross-promotional resource pack based on the Super Mario franchise by Nintendo was released for the Wii U edition worldwide on the 17th of May 2016. A mashup pack based on Fallout was announced for release on the Wii U edition. Commercial. On the 12th of January 2011, Minecraft passed 1 million purchases less than a month after entering its beta phase. At the same time, the game had no publisher backing, and has never been commercially advertised except through word of mouth and various unpaid references in popular media such as the Penny Arcade webcomic. By April 2011, Person estimated that Minecraft had made €23 million in revenue, with 800,000 sales of the alpha version of the game, and over 1 million sales of the beta version. In November 2011, prior to the game's full release, Minecraft Beta surpassed 16 million registered users and 4 million purchases. By March 2012, Minecraft had become the 6th best-selling PC game of all time. The game has sold 17 million copies on PC, becoming the best-selling PC game of all time. The game has sold approximately 60 million copies across all platforms, making it one of the best-selling video games of all time. On the 25th of February 2014, the game reached 100 million registered users, over 121 million copies had been sold, making it the best-selling PC game to date, and the second best-selling video game of all time behind Tetris. The Xbox 360 version of Minecraft became profitable within the first 24 hours of the game's release. In 2012, when the game broke the Xbox Live sales records with 400,000 players online. Within a week of being on the Xbox Live marketplace, Minecraft sold upwards of 1 million copies. GameSpot announced in December 2012 that Minecraft sold over 4.48 million copies since the game debuted on Xbox Live Arcade in May 2012. In 2012, Minecraft was the most purchased title on Xbox Live Arcade. It was also the fourth most played title on Xbox Live based on average unique users per day. The Xbox 360 version has sold 12 million copies. In addition, Minecraft Pocket Edition has reached a figure of 21 million in sales. The PlayStation 3 version sold 1 million copies in 5 weeks. The release of the game's PlayStation Vita version boosted Minecraft sales by 79%, outselling both PS3 and PS4 debut releases, and becoming the largest Minecraft launch on a PlayStation console. The PS Vita version sold 100,000 digital copies in Japan within the first 2 months of release, according to an announcement by SCE Japan Asia. By January 2015, 500,000 digital copies of Minecraft were sold in Japan across all PlayStation platforms, with a surge in primary school children purchasing the PS Vita version. Minecraft helped improve Microsoft's total first-party revenue by $63 million for the 2015 second quarter. Thank you for watching. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Please like and subscribe below. Please like and subscribe below.